Hello, everyone. I wanted to continue on my legend series, and today I wanted to give someone who was one of my favorite all-time bowlers, who was a very skilled bowler, very intelligent bowler, and who could really swing the ball and had so much control over his bowling, and who was an absolute Test match winner. But unfortunately, because of the apartheid international ban on South Africa, he lost a lot of his prime years and only played a handful of Test matches. But even in those Test matches, he proved such a match winner. And he was the man of the match in one of the most classic Test matches in cricket history, where South Africa beat Australia at the SCG Sydney Cricket Ground by just 5 runs when Australia needed only 117 runs to win in the second innings. And on the final day, Australia needed only 54 runs to win with 6 wickets in hand. And South Africa's Tony Craig, who was obviously English player but born in South Africa, Tony Craig on the final day had said that South Africa's chances were 100 to 1. And at the presentation, man of the match presentation ceremony, he reminded Tony Craig of his statement and said, we South Africans, we never give up. That was his statement at the presentation ceremony. And he took 10 wickets in that match, including the final wicket, which was Glenn McGrath return catch, where Hansi Cronje was the acting skipper, Kepler Wessels was the captain, but he was injured, and Hansi Cronje was the acting skipper. And South Africa won a famous match by 5 runs at Sydney. And he only played 18 test matches because he lost a lot of his years because of the apartheid ban. And he was a javelin thrower at school, and he represented the South African schools at in javelin throwing. I'm talking about Fanie de Villiers of South Africa, who a lot of people will remember. He even used to trouble Sachin Tendulkar in one day. So he had an excellent slow ball as well, and was such an intelligent bowler, and is definitely one of the finest cricketers that have played as an individual as well. Very honest person, and he's the one who really identified the Australian ball tampering incident that happened in South Africa. And he was a commentator, and he's the one who told the camera operators to have a look at it. He was a deadly honest person and a very popular person and a very, very well loved person in South Africa and all across the world. He was born October 13th, 1964, and he was born in Transvaal, the Transvaal province of South Africa. Like I said, he lost a lot of his years, and he only started playing close to 30 years old, and he only played 18 test matches, and he took 85 wickets, and he took five wicket hauls and two 10 wicket hauls. A lot of bowlers who have played much more than that, like even 70, 80 matches. So there are bowlers who don't have two 10 wicket hauls or even one 10 wicket haul, some of them. So in 18 matches, he already had two 10 wicket hauls and five wicket hauls, which shows how much of a match winner he was. And in one day internationals, he took 95 wickets as well and was such an intelligent bowler. I remember him getting out Tendulkar with slow balls. And I mean, anyone will remember he was one of the most economical bowlers in one day cricket. I've hardly ever seen Fanie de Villiers go over 40 runs. Every time he bowled 10 overs, he would go for around 30, 35. He was so miserly. He was so difficult to score runs off him. He was very, very accurate and very, very highly intelligent and skilled bowler. And he was also involved in some of the big things. I mean, there was once this match at Oval against England. Devon Malcom, English bowler, Fanie de Villiers bowled a bouncer that hit Devon Malcom on the helmet, and he fell down. And when he got back on his feet, he told the fielders nearby him that you guys are history. And Devon Malcolm took 9 wickets in the second innings of South Africa, and England won that test match by 8 wickets. It's one of the most hostile, fastest fury spells in cricket history. Devon Malcolm's 9 wickets, and Fanie de Villiers is the one who kind of started it with that bouncer that hit Devon Malcolm on the head when he got angry and said that you guys are history. And in that 94 tour of Australia, Fanie de Villiers also used a remote car to send drinks to the batsman on the field using his remote. That's also one of the unique things that happened. And in 1995 against Pakistan, he became the first ever South African to score a 50 and take 10 wickets in a match at Wanderers Johannesburg. And he was selected as the South African Annual Cricketer of the Year in 1995. That is also an award that he won in 1989. And I'll never forget his last Test match. And I have to say, I mean, Fanie de Villiers is someone that really inspired me a lot when I was young. I mean, that Sydney Test match, I was in school and it wasn't telecasted on TV. I was following the radio, and it was one of the most inspiring Test matches in my life. So I owe a lot to Fanie de Villiers. It was amazing. And I'll never forget that match, Pakistan tour 98 of South Africa. The first test match was drawn. Second test match, Mushtaq Ahmed took a lot of wickets, and first to win Pakistan on South African soil. And South Africa going into the third test match were 1-0 down and in danger of losing a test series. And the match was at St. George's Park, Port Elizabeth, and South Africa won by 259 runs. And it was a treat of a fast bowling, because in South Africa's first innings, Waka Yunus and Wasim Akram together took 9 wickets, 6 wickets to Waka Yunus and Wasim Akram 3 wickets. And Pakistan's first inning, Donald and De Villiers took 10 wickets, De Villiers 6, sorry, and Donald 4. And only Sean Pollock, only 3 bowlers actually bowled, and Pakistan just scored over 100. And Waka Yunus did take 10 wickets in that match as well. And I'll always remember it was a rain shortened, sorry, not rain shortened, rain affected that match. And there was one day that was completely lost to rain, and I was watching it live. And that is the day that Fanie de Villiers announced his retirement. And the next day is the one when he bowled South Africa to victory. And after the match, I'll never forget Allan, Donald, Fanie de Villiers, Wasim Akram, Waka Yunus, 4 of them stood together and they were taking pictures. I remember watching it on the television, 4 of the greatest fast bowlers that I've played. And Sean Pollock also joined for one picture, 5 of them, but then they again took a picture, Allan Donald, Fanie de Villiers, Wasim Akram, and Waka Yunus. And you could see the friendship between them, the respect between them. So it was just amazing to watch that. And Fanie de Villiers will always have a special place in my heart. And there are a lot of people who give a lot of more importance to quantity than quality in this world. A lot of people look at wickets, number of runs, and do not look at the quality of runs and wickets and bowling and batting. And even in cricket or sport, a lot of people, when they see someone on television or someone who has fame, everyone kind of worships them. But there are a lot of sportsmen, music, a lot of people that I even know personally in music, all fields, a lot of people who are better than people who use, a lot of people, I don't say you, a lot of people see on television and image. So quality is, I mean, I'm definitely not someone who uh, worships quantity. I always go admire quality, and that is what I'm saying because of Fanie de Villiers. Because he only played 18 Test matches, only took 85 wickets, but the quality of Fanie de Villiers was just amazing. He was just a world class bowler. So anyway, I just want to say thank you to Fanie de Villiers for being such an inspirational figure in my life. Growing up, when I was in school, when I was in college, I grew up watching a lot of your matches. The way you bowled, your control, the swing, the skill that you showed, that the team man that you were. I mean, the fantastic person that you were. It was just an inspiration as a growing cricketer, as a growing person, and I'll always have fond memories of you. And thank you so much for all your contribution to South African cricket. You have always been a hero in South Africa, and everyone knows how many years you lost because of the international ban, and that you could have taken 300, 400 wickets if you played enough. Thank you for everything you have done, and all the best. And thank you everyone for watching this video. I'm sure a lot of people from the mid 90s will have memories of Fanie de Villiers, and probably a lot of things that I said today will be first news for us. I mean, Devon Malcom incident, the remote control incident, remote car that he used, and all of that. So, thank you everyone. Take care. God bless you.